Hello and welcome back to the 5-Minute Film Club. I'm Roland Squire. And happy Friday the 13th. It's that special day of the year when I get to sit down and watch a Friday film and review it for you lovely people. And today I have reached the end of the original run of films from Paramount. From 1989, this is Jason Takes Manhattan. That title alone should have you groaning rather than being excited, because the loudest noise you can hear in this film is the Paramount execs scraping the bottom of the barrel. Anyway, on with the synopsis. Set 1 year after the last film, which, if you are trying to keep up with this film's series timeline, is actually set in 1998. I mean, it's not, clearly, it's 1980s, but there we are. This film is set mainly aboard the SS Lazarus. Start rolling your eyes now, where the Lakeview High School students are having a graduation cruise to New York City. Now, if someone in the comments can map out that route that the Lazarus takes in this film, I'd be extremely grateful. Anyway, it isn't long before Jason is resurrected and is back on board, killing the crew and students. On board, we have Rennie Wickham, played by Jensen Daggett, who is afraid of the water, and her legal guardian and biology teacher and royal pain in the arse, Mr. McCulloch, played by Peter Mark Richmond. Also on the ship, we have son of the captain and disappointment to seemingly everyone, Sean Robertson, played by Scott Reeves. We also have their English teacher, who is well-meaning but annoying, and a bunch of other teens that get offed far too quickly for it all to matter, and their deaths are really uninteresting at times, so just feels like we're going through the motions. The film also suffers from creative issues, in which the director, Rob Hedden, he seems to be obsessed with having Rennie suffer from hallucinations of young Jason. She keeps seeing him again and again, and each time she sees him, he's slowly becoming more and more deformed and wrinkled because he's been in the water a long time. The producers really must have thought that they were onto something with all the hallucinations and psychic stuff that was going on in Part 7, that they just really thought they needed to hammer it home this time a little bit more. When the boat finally arrives in New York, or should I say Vancouver, which is where the majority of the filming took place, we have already dispatched most of the cast, so we have to introduce a whole host of new characters, mainly from central casting, I think, for Jason to kill off, just to stall enough time so he doesn't actually kill the main two people. Also, there's a dog involved, Toby. Makes no sense, and the dog keeps randomly turning up in the same way Jason does, and even the last shot maybe suggests that the dog is now Jason. I'm kidding, of course. It is just one of the many fake-out scares that this film likes to conjure up all the way through. By 1989, it wasn't just Jason that was failing to connect with audiences, it was horror as a whole genre. Thrillers and all-out action films were ruling the roost, and horror couldn't get a look in unless it was more sci-fi horror or more cop crime horror than slasher. The slasher was dead. Friday 7 had tried desperately to inject something new into the series with their Carrie versus Jason angle, but it really failed at the box office, and the MPAA had finally just had enough with these films, and so this film and Friday 7 were just hacked to bits before they even were allowed to have a rating. If you haven't already guessed it, this isn't one of my favourites of the series. I think they are genuinely trying to take all of this seriously, the cast and crew, and maybe that's the problem at the end of the day. To give it its due, though, there are some fun scenes. The sauna death is okay. The dance hall scene where Jason slams that girl down, it is brutal. And of course there's the "give us your best shot" line. But they aren't enough for me, I'm afraid, to save the experience of actually watching this film. The film completely wrecked Jason, and Jason disappeared, and the rights for the series reverted back to Sean S. Cunningham, director of the original Friday film. And he would attempt to bring Jason back with a bang and New Line, but it would take a full 4 years for Jason to finally go to hell. Please let me know your thoughts about Friday the 13th Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan, in the comments down below. And for now, I'll just say thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.